Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to talk about Mo Salah again today, and we've got some links from The Athletic, who have put out another article about the top 25 players that could be on the move or be spoken about during the transfer, and there's been January transfer window, and there's been a few of them that have been linked with Liverpool, so we're going to touch on all of that. But before we go any further guys, give this video a like, comment below again. What would you think about these players? Is there one of them that you would take? Just let me know down below in the comments. I feel like I'm a bit all over with this video already. Let me know down below which out of these players you would prefer to sign. You can only have one of them. Can't put two. Only one of them. Let me know down below in the comments, guys. So let's start first and foremost, shall we, with the Mo Salah stuff. So here we go. Florian Plettenberg has put this out from the PSG president, basically saying that it's not true. The rumours regarding them and Mo Salah. He's a fantastic and an amazing player, but we've never considered him. To be honest, we know every club would love to have him, but this rumour about us is simply not true. Now, you know, they can't really come out and say that they have been in discussions with Mo Salah, because it'd be illegal, technically. Do you know what I mean? They can't do it until January the 1st. But I think people that believe that Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk and Trent that have not had any sort of discussion with any other club are a little bit delusional. Like, they would have had the offers already, like via third-party agents or anything like that. So, yeah, I'll take his word for it. Like, you know, the links came out from that L'Equipe journalist thing over in France, the paper over in France, which I don't really give much credence to, but that's where it came from. And the fact that they've come out pretty quickly, it maybe says to me that they're just trying to save their ass a little bit because of the whole situation regarding, you know, it being illegal to do that. Next up, we have the first couple of players that have been linked with Liverpool off the article. So David Ornstein has basically said that if Xabi Simons were to leave PSG in the summer, Liverpool would be seen as one of the most probable destinations for him. I think that this is a good player. Don't know where he'd fit in. I don't think he's a Mo Salah player. I think he's more of a number 10. So again, Liverpool have been linked with a few number 10s over the past couple of weeks, haven't they? You know, Xavi Simons. Who was the other lad? Sure, there was another lad, and he played more of a number 10 position. I can't remember now. That's going to do me in. But yeah, anyway, he's been linked with us now. Another Dutch player, a bit of lazy journalism. I do think Liverpool have got interest there, but I just don't see him as a winger, out-and-out winger. He'd go into that midfield behind Nunes or someone like that, but then that's where Szoboszlai, Elliott and Jones are playing. So is one of them being moved on to make room? I'm not too sure, guys, but I like the player. I'd take him if it happened. I'd be happy for it and everything like that. But I'm not too sure if I'm going to believe that. In all fairness, next up we have the winger from Spain. We have Nico Williams. Again, Liverpool are amongst the clubs that hold a long-standing admiration for Nico Williams. This was a player that Liverpool were linked with on and off for most of the summer during the Euros. You know, a potential Luis Diaz replacement. Some people thought it could be a Mo Salah replacement, but he predominantly plays out there on the left, doesn't he? More than as a right winger, so it doesn't really make sense. I think his transfer fee at the time was reachable for Liverpool. Like, I think it was like 56 million or something like that. But I think his wage package was something that it was kind of not happy about regarding, like, he was offered something ridiculous like 400 grand a week. Or something like that. Let's just have a look at it. I'm just loading up his profile now. 70 million euros is his market value. His contract expires in 2027. How's he done this season? Let's have a quick look. What's his stats so far this year? 18 games, 2 goals, 5 assists. Predominantly playing as a left winger. So yeah, he's not a Mo Salah replacement at all. He's that kid. I don't think that we would be in for him for that reason anyway. So yeah. Next one, I guess, guys, is this one. Zubimendi. Again, he has been linked with us again. Ornstein again, multiple well-placed sources believe that Zubimendi is now coming to terms with the idea of leaving Sociedad and anticipate that happens next summer. Again, he was linked with us on and off. It became close to happening. He had a change of heart, decided to stay at Real Sociedad because they made it hard for him to move on, basically. I don't know, guys. I feel like his time may have come and gone, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I really don't think that it's going to happen in January. If it does, City are now being linked to him with the Rodri injury. Like, maybe that happens in January. I'd like him to come because I do think Liverpool needs some sort of backup competition for Ryan Gravenberch, especially with how good he's playing. Like, can you imagine if he picks up an injury and then we're stuck with Endo for the rest of the season? Like, no offense to Endo, but he's not a similar caliber player. So yeah, a bit of a tough question is that one, to be fair. But if I was to put money on it right now, I would not think that would happen in January. And then next up, guys, we've got a few more players that I can't show you this because it's behind the paywall. But they've got Trent as the number 2 player to watch out. The number 1 player is Florian Wirtz. And they've basically said that his situation is among the highest profile in the market, owing his quality and contractual situation. The England international has shown firm loyalty to Liverpool, and they are working hard to keep him. But so far, there's been no breakthrough in talks. That has fueled interest from elsewhere. Real Madrid admire him. Big decisions need to be made by all sides, and the clock is ticking. From January the 1st, Trent can sign a pre-contract agreement with clubs in a foreign league. Anything else you need to know about? Nah, that's pretty much it. About Trent, Martin Zubimendi is 4th. Again, they've touched on everything there. The last bit they've left out here is Liverpool attempts to land Zubimendi in the last window did not come to fruition. Arsenal are amongst those who are long-term admirers, and there have been suggestions, which I said, that City could go in for him in January to help cover the loss of Rodri. But if an exit is to materialise, it's expected to be at the end of the season, not during January. Number 5 is Mo Salah. Again, talking about all this other stuff, like, his deal, we've already covered it, we don't need to really go into much about it, talking about what he said after the Southampton game, but he's number 5 on the list. Nico Williams is 6th on the list. He's been linked with moves to Arsenal, Bayern, Chelsea, Liverpool and Spurs. He was linked with Barcelona, but they've got Rafinha and Yamal that are doing really, really well. So it looks increasingly likely that he will end up moving to the Premier League. And the release clause is around £46 million. Yeah. And the Athletic will only sell if they get that money for him. So yeah, I think it does come down to wages for him, basically where he could end up going. Xavi Simons, anything else on here regarding Liverpool? Arsenal, Barca, Bayern, Liverpool, Real Madrid are all the most probable destinations, while Man United have also shown interest. Jeremy Frimpong, that's a player that we've been linked with on and off. He's got a 40 million release clause. We are linked to him here, but I think if Trent was to move on, he would be someone I'd be definitely looking at. You've got Conor Bradley, but you'd need someone else, so I would be looking at this kid for 40 million if we could get him. Hincapié, number 14. Anything about there with Liverpool? Nothing there, but it says he's got 2 years left in his contract, and Leverkusen are keen to extend him. But with Alonso potentially leaving at the end of the season, there's a strong possibility that he could also leave. It would probably take a fee of around 42 million to sign him. It's unlikely it'll happen in January, but could happen at the end of the season. Any other players? Oh, Omar Mamouche. He's been linked with him on and off. It could take a fee between 33 and 42 million to get him out of Frankfurt. He's expected to leave this summer, and he's got 2 years left on his deal. They don't want to lose him in January, and there's an anticipation that he will end up playing for a Champions League side, with interest from Bayern Munich, Juventus, Napoli, Napoli, and Liverpool. So, something to keep an eye on, guys. And the last one I'll touch on is Carlos Balba. I think that's how you pronounce his name, from Brighton. Now, I know that he has been linked with us. I know that there's a lot of people who follow this channel, Gavin especially, that want him to come to Liverpool. But it does say that his contract doesn't expire until 2028, and there's a good chance he'll renew with Brighton. He may end up staying there as well, but at this stage of his career, because he's only 20 years of age. And Brighton would ask for a significant fee if he was to move on from Brighton at this stage of his career. So basically, guys, that is it for this video. Let me know down below, who would you prefer to sign out of those players mentioned earlier? And I guess as well, what do you think about the Mo Salah to PSG, with the president coming out with quotes now saying that they're not interested type thing? So yeah, let me know down below, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.